Today I am going to be showing you guys how I care for my box braids. So I call these the kneecap braids because they go all the way down to right at my kneecaps, especially if the hair is stretched out. So I'm going to link who did my braids. My best friend Phaedra, she did my braids. She always does my braids and does a phenomenal job. And when I posted on my Instagram about the inspiration, I got the inspiration, well, the braid inspiration from, I think her name is Jalissa Vaughn. She had posted up a picture. She had these braids a little while ago, and they were literally like, they're still a lot longer than mine, but hers like dropped almost to the floor, and I just thought they were beautiful. Mine are a little different because mine are knotless / knot, so it's a little, I don't know. But these are the braids. So this video is going to be dedicated on how I maintain them. I purposefully did not tame them right now just so you guys could see what they looked like beforehand. So they're a bit frizzy right now, and I am going to be showing you how I dip the ends. The ends are pretty much good right now, but I will do them freshly for you guys just to see how I dip the ends and just keep them really nice and secure. So if you have box braids and you're looking for some styles, I do have another video, which I will link those videos down below if you're interested in any different styles on how to style your box braids. But this video is all about the care. So let's get right into it. Okay, so we're gonna first start off with just like the basic needs, and then we're gonna move into the ends. So usually what I use is the Wild Growth Hair Oil. This can be purchased through Amazon or your local beauty supply store. That's usually where I get mine, is the beauty supply store. You can find this on Amazon. On Amazon, you can get it in like a bulk, I believe, for like a certain price if you need that much oil. If you run through it like that, I would go that route, but I don't run through it like that. Especially now that I have braids, I only oil my scalp maybe twice a week. So I always start with the oil and I just go through each little area where I have my part. Now doing this portion, I usually do when I'm getting ready to go to bed. Just that way my hair isn't moving around. It's not doing a whole bunch of riffraff. And we do have some new growth, praise the Lord. My goal is to keep these in at the end of August. So I may have to get my girl to redo my edges or whatever. But outside of that, the goal is to definitely keep these in the end of August, and I would have had these for 2 months. It would make a full month on the 15th of this month. It would make a month I've had them in. So I definitely had them in a lot longer than I even anticipated, but I knew getting braids, I wanted to keep them in for a while. So as you can see, I'm just running through my scalp and just kind of like taking my hands. You can definitely be a lot easier on your hair, but my hair is already frizzy, so I'm not trying to be that easy. And then I always make sure I do a good little run on the front part of my hair. Because I always notice when I take my braids out, it could just be me, but I be feeling like I be losing hair in the front once I take braids out. So I don't know. So I definitely want to make sure that my front hairs are being well taken care of. Okay, so that's pretty much it for the scalp. So the next portion I'm going to do is do my edges. Now this doesn't seem too much of like care, but I like to do it just because, again, I like to keep the hairs tamed. So I'm literally going in with a toothbrush. Oh, I probably should have got my other bottle of gel because I barely have any in this one. But I'm just literally gonna go through and style my edges. I like using a toothbrush or an edges brush. This is just the first thing I grabbed. So I just go through and perfect them the way I like to have them. My daughter is literally upside down right now, sleeping good. She got her shots yesterday, and she has just been the most drowsy little thing. The vet told us that she was gonna be a little wonky for like a day. So when I definitely seen that she was like that, it kind of scared me a little bit, but he did tell me she was gonna have a couple of little like drowsy moments. So usually I keep my braids in the middle part. That's like the style I had gotten for my braids from the beginning. So I try to keep the middle part where it is. Okay, so the next step I'm going to be doing is taking some hair foam. This is the Texture ID hair foam. This is just a hair foam I was introduced to by one of my Instagram friends, and she put me onto this. I use this with my curly hair routine, and I use it for styling or whatever. So I don't know if you guys can see, but we have a little frizz up here. So all I do is I put a generous amount, and I try to do it strategically. So as you can see, I'm kind of focusing it just on one side for right now. because all the frizzies, I want to make sure that they have a place to lay, if that makes sense. So all I'm doing is basically just making sure the hairs in the middle are going to lay down. So once I see that all the hairs are laid down, that is my cue to seal the deal. I kind of gave you guys like a slight tutorial on my Insta story, but a lot of you guys, I feel like I'm doing that TikTok like people have been doing on their husbands. You guys have been asking me to do. But no, seriously, I got a lot of DMs saying to go ahead and do like an actual whole video, especially on my ends. People really wanted to see that. So I was like, I'll just do a whole video. It ain't gonna hurt. Okay. So now that I have that there, the next thing I'm gonna do is, this is what I've just recently started doing, and I have to be really generous with this step. So I'm gonna take a little bit of gel, and I mean the littlest amount. It's not gonna flake, but I want to avoid flaking, possibly. Because it's different if it's my hair, and then it's different if it's like braided up. So I definitely don't want it to react differently, which I don't think it would, but still. So I put a little gel just very generously right here, just for those little hairs to lay down. Those little frizzy pieces have come from possible breakage or just short hair that just hasn't caught up yet with the other hairs. I don't know, but we got some flyaways. So now this is what secures the deal all night and all day. So this is just a little hair wrap. So I'm gonna lay her down. And for this, I'm gonna pull the braids back. So let me pull you guys back as well. Okay, so I'm gonna take the wrap and we're gonna put it underneath us to secure the hair. And I just pull it nice and tight. And I purposefully make sure I put the wrap over my part. That's just gonna give it more pressure on my hair. Now, of course, do it, you know, for your liking and what you can handle. You definitely don't wanna pull it too tight and give yourself a headache, because trust me, I have done it plenty of times, okay? Plenty. So that's how I do it at nighttime, just for the front, lock it down. Okay, so now I'm gonna show you guys how I wrap it at nighttime, and then after that, we're gonna get into the dipping portion. And I promise you, at nighttime, it's the same way after I dip them. So I'm gonna take my smaller bonnet, and I do this because I don't wanna mash up my ends, so I put the ends in the smaller bonnet. And I know you're probably thinking, like, how in the world do all of the hair get in the bonnet? It doesn't. So this is what I do. I pull it up as far as it will go. I look like one of them things off of the Proud Family when they went to that island, the peanut people, peanut heads. So I put that on, and then I put my bigger bonnet on, which is just gonna hold all of the braids in place all night. And this is how I sleep. This is how I sleep. Hi, baby. Now, last night I had another wrap on just because I didn't really feel like putting this one on, but this is majority of the time how I go to sleep. I have it like this. So now that we've gotten the care portion out of the way, let's get into dipping these. Okay, so I switched to vlogging form just because I didn't really feel like literally trying to move all of this. So let's go ahead and get to the dipping portion of the video. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take a bowl, like, you know, like when you just freshly clean dishes, it's like, here we go, messing up stuff, but it's okay. I'm just gonna take like a little Tupperware bowl. Usually it's probably best if you have something bigger, just that way you can dip them more. You can dip more in there, but it's not that big of a deal. So all you do, and for all my people who get braids, y'all know what we get ready to do. So anyway, so I'm gonna take my Tupperware bowl and I'm gonna run some water in it. Side note, after you guys wash dishes, do you guys dry your sink out, or do you leave it wet and let it air dry? Let me know. I always dry, like once I'm finished, I always go back and dry mine out. Like in my home ec class, I think it was like in middle school, they had told us like it's good to dry it out, that way it's like less room for bacteria to grow. But I don't know. But I've just always done that. Okay, so now we're gonna put this in the microwave, and you can heat it up as long as you want, or you can boil water, whatever you want to do. I don't want to make this too like lengthy because it's kind of self-explanatory, but I put mine on like 5 minutes. For the sake of the video, because I have to roll my hair up, I'll just do 6 minutes. Just get in other words, just get the water hot as fire, okay? Get it boiling hot, but definitely be careful. So now we're getting ready to roll the hair up. Okay, so now that we have everything else secure, usually I don't take the biggest section. I'll say maybe 3, 6, maybe 8 to 10 braids. We'll just do 10 to make it even. Maybe 10 strands per rod, okay? I mix between using the pink rods or the yellow because I want my spirals to be like really tight. So literally all you do, just like you would do your regular hair, just take it and roll it up. Make sure you don't have any flyaways. Make sure you really get those ends nice and secured. Again, just how you would do your regular hairstyle if you were using like your real hair or something like that. Now, of course, if you want more spiral to go up, then you may have to grab bigger pieces, which would be a little difficult to do just because these are so small. And like really make sure you have no room, no open room for nothing. So you have like a nice, good chunk. Okay, so the water is ready. Please be careful. And yes, we film in a top and then sweatpants. Please be very, 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 very careful. If you see the steam, it's a good thing. We see the steam? Yes, ma'am. So now we're literally just going to take the ends, and you can do them all at once like I'm doing, or you can take, you know, piece by piece, roll by roll, whatever you want to do. Make sure they're all in there. Now, I have seen where some people will take them and continuously like dip them, take them out, dip them, take them out. I do this. I stick them in there and I let them sit like for maybe like a minute or two, so. All right, so once they have sat in long enough, go ahead and pour your water out. Y'all, look at all this steam. Ooh, girl. So once you do that, just take your towel and just very carefully go ahead and try to soak up that water that they have in them. So at this point, you can imagine your braids are still probably hot as fire. Yeah, they're still a bit hot. Now, I don't unravel them right away. I do wait a little bit just because, again, they're still pretty hot. So if I take them off, that heat could kind of like reverse the curl and get rid of all the hard work I just did. So I do wait a bit before I take them out. So at this point, I'm just gonna sit here and chill for a sec. Okay, we're back. So I let these chill for a bit. So now is the moment of truth. We're gonna go ahead and take the rods off. All right, that's one. Can y'all see the curl? So we're just gonna do that to all of them. Give what's supposed to be gave. Yes, ma'am. So literally all I do is take like a little section. I just take them and pull them apart like so, like that. Shout outs to Tabitha Brown. There she is. Hi, Avery. Okay, so this is what the ends look like freshly dipped. They came out really good. Really, really, really nice. So now that the ends are done, I'm gonna go ahead and take the wrap off. Ooh. Let me make sure y'all zoomed in so y'all can get into it. Ooh, it hurt my ears, y'all. Ooh. Okay. And yes, ma'am. Okay, so we have freshly dipped ends and we have a scalp that looks brand new. That is basically how I do my at-home care for my braids. If you have any hair sheen, which I do have like a spray bottle like oil, but I just honestly ran out of it. But if you have oil sheen, literally take oil sheen and just spray over your braids to make them nice and shiny. Let me go see if I got it. See if I got any more left. Hang on. Okay, you can easily take a little bit of hair sheen. See, I ain't got no more. So that is basically it for my at-home care for my box braids. We got the fresh dipped ends. We're good with that. So yeah, guys, so if you have any questions, let me know down below. We can chat in the comments, okay? I pray your day is going well with whatever you are doing. So as always, if you're new, I'm Jay. If you're not new, I just thank you so much for supporting me with whatever I do here with my channel. I love each and every one of you to no end. And of course, until next time, God willing, I will definitely see y'all in my next video. Mwah. Bye.